Hello friends, welcome to Murky Truth. Friends, it was December 19th, 1981 in a city in America called Monterey. A guy was driving a car and his name was Louis Boren. Louis was driving toward a beach, Southmost Beach. This was a beautiful place. Blue ocean, open breeze. Louis was here to meet a friend. Both of them had planned to go surfing in this ocean. The ocean waves were full of energy, making it an ideal place for surfing. Both friends entered the ocean. The ocean water was very cold, and these two friends started surfing on the high waves of the ocean. Friends, around 2 p.m. in the afternoon, both of them came out of the ocean. They ate at a cafe there, and now it was time to head back home. But Louis stayed back. He felt like going back into the ocean. At this time, the beach had become deserted, and Louis entered the ocean again. But what was about to happen to him was very painful. Friends, Louis started surfing, but he wasn't alone here. Someone was watching him. Someone was about to attack him. Under the ocean, a creature of the sea, one that can tear a human apart in seconds. It was a shark, a great white shark, the most dangerous creature in the ocean. This shark suddenly attacked Louis, grabbing him with its jaws, and in just a few seconds, Louis disappeared into the ocean. He must have screamed for help, but there was no one there. Even if someone was there, they probably wouldn't have been able to help him. Friends, when Louis didn't return home, his family started looking for him. The next morning at 11 a.m., Louis was found. About 1 kilometer from the place where Louis had disappeared, his body was found lying with the ocean. The shark had torn apart the back part of his body. After examining his body, it was confirmed that a shark had attacked him, a great white shark. But friends, one thing here was very surprising. Great white sharks can grow up to 20 feet long, but based on the bite marks, experts estimated that the shark that killed Louis could have been 23 feet long. A great white shark this big had never been seen in the world before. Friends, surviving an attack by a great white shark is very difficult. Their eyesight is very sharp. Their bite is very powerful. Their sharp and long teeth can tear a human apart in seconds. But they don't chew their prey. Instead, they tear it into pieces and swallow those pieces. But the question is, why do great white sharks attack humans? Friends, experts believe that these sharks are very curious. This means when they see something in the ocean, they want to check what it is, whether it's a human or a boat. The issue is that they use their teeth like hands and bite the object to find out what it is. And in this process, hundreds of humans become victims of great white sharks. One such story is of Heather Boswell. Heather worked on a ship named Discoverer. This was an American ocean research ship. On March 23, 1994, this ship was in a European ocean region. That day, there was a holiday on the ship, and so some people working on the ship jumped into the ocean. They were enjoying their holiday, but what was about to happen in a short while was something they couldn't even imagine. Friends, like the others, Heather was also swimming in the ocean when suddenly people on the ship started shouting that there was a shark. Heather and the others started swimming toward the ship. They knew they had only a few seconds, or someone could die. But friends, Heather was a little far from the ship. Suddenly, the shark attacked her. The shark grabbed her leg. The girl was screaming in pain. People on a boat nearby tried to help her. But at that moment, a strange sound was heard. Friends, the shark had bitten off Heather's leg and separated it. Before it could drag Heather into the ocean, the Coast Guard arrived and fired at the shark. Fortunately, Heather was saved, but the shark had already taken her leg. Friends, now let's move to Australia. It was January 23, 2007. At a place in Australia called Cape Howe, a fisherman named Eric Nurhus was present. Eric was also a diver. He would dive into the ocean to catch a snail called abalone and sell it. That day too, he was about to do the same thing, but he had no idea what he was about to face. Friends, in this part of the ocean, a great white shark was swimming. There were many seals here, and the shark had come to eat those seals. Eric put on his diving suit and entered the ocean. He was catching abalone when suddenly from behind, the shark attacked him. Eric's diving suit was black, so perhaps the shark thought he was a seal. Friends, the shark entrapped Eric in his jaws. He couldn't see anything. The shark was sinking its teeth into his chest and waist. He only had a few seconds, or the shark would tear him apart. But by luck, his left hand reached near the shark's eyes. Eric quickly shoved his fingers into the shark's eyes, and the shark loosened its grip. Eric escaped from the shark's mouth. His blood was flowing and the shark was right in front of him. But then he gathered courage. Friends, Eric started moving toward the ocean surface. He spread his arms and legs to show the shark that he wasn't a seal. The shark circled around him and fortunately, it swam away. Eric survived, but this incident haunted him for the rest of his life.